Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Here we go. I always think about how we're going to intro this show every morning. And this morning it was just some weird, I don't even know what that is.
That's my hands.
It's kind of a weird cusp. You ever do that, Rick? It's just a weird cusp.
With my hands?
Yeah.
No.
It feels, which way is more comfortable for you? The left over the right or the right over the left?
It's like this. It's a handshake.
Yeah.
So are you left-handed?
I am. I'm left-handed. That's why I went like that, the left over the right.
Yeah.
But
so you know the way you cross your legs?
Mm-hmm.
Which leg's on top?
Yeah, you know what's weird is a lot of times it's my right over the left, though.
So cross your arms. So your left arm's on top.
Yeah.
So that's a quick and dirty, easy way to figure out whether you're being left brain or right brain.
Okay. Well, there's your Wednesday wisdom right there.
Yeah.
It's already.
Really? Because I usually do this.
What does that mean then?
You're special.
that means.
And if you're doing right leg and left arm, then you might be cross dominant.
Well, I'm going to Learning RX, and I've.
so now we know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, I've learned I really am, and I did want to plug that this morning because I've been going. Lisa Roberts, I had my third session yesterday. I go twice a week now on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I started last week. I'd been talking about. I've been going to these initial. I guess you do like an evaluation to see where you're at. Mm-hmm. And, I guess I was watching Lisa's hand, and, she was way over here on the left side of the paper. So I figured that meant like the low end when she was taking notes. She wasn't writing things over to the far right. So there's a lot of room that I got to make up from left to right. Just kidding, Lisa, if you're watching. But Lisa Roberts has been helping me. Big thanks to Lisa Branch over there at Learning RX for getting me in. But it's been really cool. I have learned that anything after 3 numbers I struggle with. And this was the whole reason I went. My long-term memory is terrible. And I thought long-term memory meant things from a week ago. But no, it's like anything outside of a minute gets stored in your long-term memory. I thought like short-term memory was a day. So my long-term memory, let's just call it what it is, it's jacked up. And I'm getting it fixed at Learning RX. know we were going to talk this morning. That's why I forget things so easily. And I was just trying to think. There were some folks. Kaye's going to have some Christmas facts for us again today. I'm really excited about that. But there were several people that enjoyed it last week. But I was trying to go back and remember what they had commented, because I did receive a text message also, and they said, I liked what Kaye said about this. And I can't remember what this was.
Christmas.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that's what you do, right? You keep it very generic and vague. I can't, it was great. I remembered we were talking last week, Kaye. There you go. That's how you just keep it vague. But it was good, and so we're going to do that again today. Kaye's going to have some more Christmas facts. We're excited about that. We will have Jack Durish and a couple of special guests joining us here in just a few minutes also. Jack is commander here at the local VFW post, but they've had a raffle recently, and they've been doing it actually for a while, and they have the winners here today, and they're going to present them with their certificates.
Yeah, it wasn't us.
Yeah, it wasn't us.
We tried.
Wasn't me, wasn't y'all. Maybe we can ask one of the winners there to split his earnings with us, and then everybody.
Probably not going to happen.
Yeah, and he drove in all the way from Katy, so he's going to need that back for his gas money this morning.
I'm sure it'll pay for the gas money.
It might.
I've seen the truck he's driving.
Yeah, it may not. Good news is gas prices continue to fall. Oil prices have gotten pretty low. I think we're below August of 2022 now. So the other day I filled up the truck, and normally it's like $75, $80. I missed the Kia, because the Kia, I'd fill it up. It'd go 450 miles. I wouldn't have to worry about it. It cost $40. But we had to get the truck when we were in Fargo, and
It's a good thing you don't have the Kia, because they tend to find new owners and get broken into and stolen. So
yeah, no, did that happen? That didn't happen to you guys, did it?
No,
My
but it
son.
happened to our son.
Oh no, recently?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well,
He
And
was
then-
in Austin, though,
Yeah.
so that explains a lot.
yeah.
and then
I know.
they totaled his car, and he's got a rental car, and waiting for them to figure out what to do with the insurance, and they broke into his rental car.
Oh my goodness. Well,
So he's not very happy right now.
point in case this morning, don't go to Austin. Stay here in Huntsville. You'll be all right. I filled up the truck. That was like $58 at Costco. My jaw dropped. I was like, are you serious? And it was unbelievable.
It's pretty expensive. Yesterday, we went to see our financial advisor, Ken Holland, and I had to take out a loan just to see him.
Yeah, I mean, things are getting kind of pricey.
So take the extra money that you were using to fill up, because you were expecting $75. Take that extra money and put it into a retirement fund.
Or take the extra money.
Buy cigarettes.
Yeah, buy cigarettes. Gosh, Rick's on a roll this morning.
You would say that after David died?
I was
Come on.
teasing
I know
you.
you were, but still, even though I had that as a joke. Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, then take it. Here's what
And
I
you bought
was.
cigarettes, you'd only get one. They're that expensive.
How
Oh, they are
many?
expensive.
How many comes in a pack? 12?
20.
20? It's so weird. The other day I smelled cigarette smoke, and I was like, do people still smoke? You don't see it hardly anymore.
They do.
It's like but I don't think you're allowed to do it in public a lot. So, or in public places, so you don't see it as much now.
You have to be at least 20 feet away from an entrance.
Well, you better be 120 feet away from me, because I don't want to smell that stuff, man. I grew up, I joke around, but I grew up. It's cool because Jack's here this morning, but my first memories of cigarette smoke, no offense, but was at the VFW hall. So I actually kind of miss it, because I'd hang out in the VFW with my dad, and all the guys were smoking. I played dominoes with them. I was 10 years old, and I thought I was top dog. I was hanging out at the table, learning how to play dominoes, and big old billows of cigarette smoke everywhere. No one thought anything of it then.
Yeah.
It's just a good old time, you know.
What dominoes did you play?
Double, what is it, 6? Double 6?
There's double 6 and double 12.
I get confused because the double
There's
9.
12 too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
But-
double 6.
The one you played was train dominoes, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It was real dominoes. Yeah.
You had to get them in a line.
Yeah,
The
but
first one out won.
Yeah, but you'd branch them out, and then it's like
Right,
multiples
right.
of 5 and all that. Yeah, but it was fun. We played dominoes at the old VFW 8587 Ben D. Snowden post was the who that was named after. But yeah, it's going to be fun today. I did want to mention this real quick as we go back to cars. Did you guys see there was an abandoned car down in the ditch over there at 75 at 45 and that little exit over there? It was there for about 3 days. Bridget and I saw it one day. I was like, why is there a car? You know what I'm talking about, like I say the big flyover, but the flyover over here in 45. And there's this car like down in the low part of the ditch. It's like, how did it get way down there? Well, the next day we drive by and it has one of those stickers on it. You know how the DPS or police will
Big orange sticker on it.
put the orange sticker. Well, then the next day we drive by and the thing's completely busted up. I mean, it looks like it was one of those. Chris Brown just had their Sunday fun day and the kids could pay $10 and bust up a car. It literally. You know, maybe they drove it all the way from Austin and left it down there. There's his car. We found it.
Oh,
No, they already
the
found
police
it.
called us.
Yeah,
he
they
didn't
called
even know
it.
it was stolen.
We called him, and he was getting out of the shower. Said, "Nobody taking my car. I was just in it an hour ago."
But the police called y'all.
They called us.
Man. My brother had a Dodge Daytona. Didn't even know what those were. An old Dodge Daytona car. And he had sold it to a friend. Well, you got to be careful because then the friend sold it to a friend and a friend and a friend and a friend. All of a sudden, he gets a call from like deep South Texas. And my brother was like, sir, we need to come talk to you. Your car was involved in a felony or something. And I guess they had found, someone had stolen the car and they used it to transport drugs. And so that was a deal my brother had to get out of. Definitely wasn't my brother, but they had stripped it and they found dope and all sorts of stuff in it. Wow. So if you sell a car, make sure you transfer the title properly.
Always.
Don't sell it to a friend because even though you may trust your friend may sell it to a friend.
Get your name off of it.
Yeah, get it off because that's your property. And before you know it, it's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. 50 years later, something could show up. Just like what happened with Rick. Things show up 50 years down the road.
I know. I mean, I've done so many things 50 years ago.
There's still things coming. There's still things haunting Rick from 50 years ago, Those toys that you stole at church, you got to give them back, Rick.
Well, 50 years ago, I was 15.
So, well, friends, let us know you're out there this morning. As we get started, we do want to welcome you in. We always enjoy having a good conversation here. We hope you're waking up this morning just with a great attitude. If you're not, we want to encourage you this morning to just be in faith and know that today is going to be all right. We're here to entertain you, to wake you up, and to provide some good news and encouragement. Big thank you to Paul Oley of the Gallery, Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers, and, of course, we would not be here on a Wednesday, or as some of you say, Wednesday. Wednesday. Rick and I like to say Wednesday now. Without our great friends, Kaye and Rick Boehning from Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Kaye, I know we've just kind of chatted. We always have a random chat to start with, but how have you been? What have you been up to?
Well, about 5'9".
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Not going to say my weight today.
I think she's lovely. She's always worried about her weight.
But we have approval to tap into the back manhole at Veterans, which is going to save us some money instead of one more expense. So
yeah, that's good. And this is
that was
over.
good news yesterday is that we can tap into that manhole.
And this is over at the Academy, the third location. Yeah, great.
And they painted yesterday.
Wonderful.
So it's looking a little bit better on the outside. I wish the inside looked as good as the outside now.
So they legitimately had to go, was it like 17 feet to find whatever they were looking for? Did they find that?
I'm not sure how deep that manhole is, but the one at the front is 17 feet, which would require extra big, dozers, excavators, and things like that, and about $12,000 extra.
Yeah, or I'd have to get out there with a sand shovel.
Well, I started thinking as you guys were talking about this, I was looking at Rick, and I didn't know if we were on the same wavelength, Rick. Sometimes Rick and I can pick up what each other's putting down. And I started thinking, man, just imagine Rick and I out there on these big dozers operating these. Yeah, and we'll do a hometown spotlight edition of the show. Kaye, you can kind of produce it and be there, but it'll be Rick and I on the tractors digging, and we can see who breaks what first. And I would probably win.
You think?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't know. I've never used one of those big ones.
I would break something easily because I don't know what I'm doing on those things.
Well, I've got a tractor. Just an ordinary, everyday tractor.
Yeah.
Do you ever come out and want to play with that?
Well, I rented, we had a septic line so you can, I guess, do your own septic work if it's from your house to the tank. I don't think that requires like special permitting, at least where we were at back in the day. And we had an issue with roots that had grown into that pipe. And I was like, well, I can do this. Well, I got down there with a shovel. No, I couldn't do it. So I went to Home Depot, rented a little tractor. Before I knew it, the whole yard was flooded with sewage. So I called a professional. Bridget even came out there. Bridget asked me, she goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to fix our septic tank. Well, it ended up costing more me trying to fix something
That's
lot
what
of
would happen
times
if
it
I
does.
tried it.
You know, so yeah.
This young lady can do anything that she puts her mind to, but I can cut it off 3 times, it'll still be too short.
Well, good stuff happening today. Yeah, Bridget, like said, I allowed that. I don't know what you mean, so I think you mistyped. She said, I allows that real quick. She said that she was, I remember the story now, though. She was like, our living room overlooked the backyard. Yeah, she said I called that real quick. She knew when I went to go. She's like, you're not going to fix this. She was in the living room, like drinking a coffee, and said she started laughing so hard she was spitting out her coffee. And I call up my buddy Nathan, and I was like, Nathan, come help me with this thing. I had no clue what I was doing, and it cost me like $200 to rent the tractor. And yeah, I'm not a tractor guy.
Well, we have the tractor, you know, got a front loader and a mower on the back. You can come out and mow our 5 acres.
I'd like to try that sometime.
Would you?
Yeah.
We'll do a live out there.
Well, just get me like a 5-second video clip, because that's about 5 seconds is all you're going to get of me actually doing something that's good work. Outside of that, it's going to be bad. So, well, friends, a lot of great things happening. We will have Jack Durish on here in just a moment. He's out with our guests right now. They will be coming in. We'll be presenting these raffle prizes that these gentlemen have won. So we're excited about that. We'll probably take about 10 minutes or so doing that. Then we'll have Rick and Kaye back on as we go over Christmas facts this morning. And so it's a great show lined up that you don't want to miss. Let us know that you're out there, what you're thankful for as we continue on. Today, we're going back to money today because y'all were back on. So I decided, well, let's give away money again, you know. so all you got to do is, Kaye's like, every time we're on, you give away the money.
I've got my hand out.
All you got to do is text in the keyword winter. Again, that keyword is winter. By the way, did you get the other 20 I sent you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys have gotten $40.
I haven't gotten any of them.
This week, I think, right? Or within
I'm the one that sent my text.
I've been
not
busy.
you.
Okay, I've been busy.
Right.
I think the last last week and a half, you guys have gotten $40 from our audience because they deflected the $20 and they put it right back to the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library.
Yeah,
Great.
which has been wonderful.
So maybe you want to, and I'm just.
I got the latest numbers in for what we earned from last. So
Okay.
we earned about $28,000.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Boy, that is great.
Sounds like a lot, right?
It goes quick, though. Yeah, it's a lot. It does go quick, but that is great. 28 grand, that is awesome. So thanks for the support. And I do want to encourage folks this morning. Maybe this morning you're saying, if you win the $20, I'm just saying, if you want to give it back to somebody, feel free to. Kaye is my witness that those last two is $40 now. We Venmo those to Tomorrow's Promise. So
Yes.
those that have deflected it has went over to Tomorrow's Promise, a 501c3 nonprofit.
Yeah, to pay for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library.
Yep. So we have legitimately deflected that over. So thank you for that. We appreciate it. Our keyword this morning, if you want to enter into win, you can keep the 20. We're not going to judge you. The keyword is winter, along with your name, on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. Again, it's 936-339-0139. We've got your national news and a word from our sponsors. We'll have Jack Durish and some of the winners when we come back. Stay with us.
USA News, I'm Corey Myers. 20% of black voters expressing a preference for an alternative candidate rather than choosing between President Biden or former President Trump in the upcoming year. That's according to a Gen Forward survey initially covered by Politico. This poses a challenge for Biden's potential second term, considering the pivotal role black voters played in his 2020 victory. Former President Trump launching a set of digital trading cards called the Mugshot Edition. In a Truth Social announcement, he mentioned that these cards, following the successful Trump digital trading cards, are now available. Trump specified that purchasing 47 cards will entitle customers to a segment of the suit featured in the photo and an invitation to a gala dinner with him at Mar-a-Lago. President Biden urging Congress to approve his Ukraine funding request before the holiday recess.
Congress needs to pass a supplemental funding for Ukraine before they break for the holiday recess, before they give Putin the greatest Christmas gift they could possibly give him.
Meanwhile, the president warns that as Israel's conflict with Hamas intensifies, global support for Israel is diminishing. Speaking to Democratic donors in Washington, he criticized Netanyahu's government as the most conservative in Israel's history, stating that Netanyahu opposes a two-state solution. Biden calls for a strengthening and changing of the Israeli government for a long-term resolution, marking a departure from his previous strong support for Israel since the start of the conflict in October. A number of economists anticipating the Federal Reserve initiating interest rate cuts as soon as June. This is USA News.
Hey, here's a question. After you wear your clothes, you toss them in the washing machine, right? Nobody wants to wear dirty clothes. So how come you don't throw your shoes in the washing machine when they get dirty? I mean, come on. Your shoes are touching the filthy ground all day long. Gross. Well, with Skechers, you can. Because most Skechers are machine washable. That's right. Skechers are specially made so you can toss them right in the washing machine and keep them clean and looking new. And when they look new, you can confidently wear them longer. That's less shoes you're going to want to throw away, which means less waste. And it'll save you tons of dough. I love that. Plus, machine washable Skechers are for the whole family, men, women, and kids. So when your kids get their shoes dirty, and we know they will, just wash them. Brilliant. And even our latest technology, new hands-free Skechers slip-ins are washable. You just step right in and go without bending down or even touching your shoes. So give your Skechers the same treatment you give your clothes. Just toss them in the washing machine and keep them looking brand spanking new. Find machine washable Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear happens to be sold.
Here we grow again. Tomorrow's Promise is excited to announce the upcoming addition of our third location to better serve the families of Walker County and surrounding areas. At Tomorrow's Promise, we are more than just childcare. We pride ourselves on partnering with parents and creating a place where every child is respected, loved, and nurtured in the highest quality environment. See what makes us the perfect fit for your child and their needs. Schedule a tour and learn more about Montessori. Contact us today at tpms.life. Third location on Veterans Memorial, coming soon. Education you can trust.
There's a place in Huntsville and now in Conroe where you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. A place where style meets comfort and every visit feels like a treat. Welcome to the Color Bar Hair Salon. From the moment you walk in, our friendly stylists work to create a look that's perfect for you. Whether it's a fresh cut, a vibrant new color, or a blowout for that special occasion, at the Color Bar, we've got you covered. We pride ourselves on creating an environment where our guests can relax, enjoy a beverage, and let us do the pampering. We use top-notch products like Kevin Murphy and even offer hair extensions for those looking to add a little extra flair. And when it's got to be perfect, we ensure you leave looking and feeling your best self. But don't just take our word for it. Book a reservation or buy a gift card online and experience it firsthand. Visit us online at colorbartx.com and discover why at the Color Bar Hair Salon you get an experience that goes beyond. The Color Bar, where you belong. See you soon.
Ho, ho, ho!
This is Catherine James wishing a very Merry Christmas to all of the court-appointed special advocates in Walker, San Jacinto, and Trinity counties. Thank you for all you do. We love and appreciate you. Happy holidays.
Email your greeting to victory@spiritradio.fm.
Welcome back at it, friends, as we continue on your show. Good morning, Huntsville. Time now 7:24 in the morning. We've got several special guests joining us here this morning, along with Rick and Kaye. They'll be back with us here on the other side. But this morning, a friend that many of you have gotten to know here in the community, and a new friend joining us here on the show. But I want to welcome in first and foremost to my far right, Mr. Jack Durish, VFW Post 5871, and also our good friend this morning, Larry Harris, joining us as well from 5871. So good to have you gentlemen this morning.
Good to be here, Rob.
Thank you to be here. Jack, good to see you.
As always.
I told Jack one day, you know, I know Jack's an author, but one day we're just going to have a big book event here in Huntsville and have Jack show up with all the books he's written. So can we do that, Jack, sometime?
Sure, anytime.
Well, we just had a great event at the Pearl Harbor Memorial Dinner here just last week, just a way to honor all of those that unfortunately and tragically lost their lives, over 80 years ago. It's just amazing to think about how quick time goes. And Jack, you guys had done a phenomenal job with a raffle and were able to present that. And Larry, I'll kind of let you lead in and let us know a little bit about that project and how it went.
Well, Rob, that I had been at a chili cook-off and seen this raffle, and so again, we were talking about fundraising at the Post, and I came up or presented this idea of a $2,500 winning prize for a raffle. And again, the way that it worked was that we had 100 chips. They were numbered from 1 to 100, and the person would, if they were participating, they'd reach in the bag, they'd pull out a chip, then whatever number was on that chip, that was how much that it cost to play the game, and et cetera. So, we started this, several months ago, and again, it took a little while for it to get up to where it was profitable for the Post, but we did it, and that we had, the winner drawn at the Pearl Harbor Day dinner.
Yes, sir.
There, and so again, it's our pleasure to be able to give a $2,500 prize to a lucky winner.
Well, we'll announce that winner here in a little bit. He already knows he's won. He's here. He made the journey all the way in from Katy, Texas this morning, Jack. So
Yep.
you guys were out canvassing the whole area, right?
Well, I got to tell you, Larry's being very modest on this one. This was his project. And on the other raffle we had, everybody could be out selling raffle tickets, but there's only one bag with a set of chips and only one person with the moxie to sell it, and that was Larry. And honest to God, I sort of sat back and I thought at first, I don't know if I'd put my hand in that bag. But Larry were you born in a carny?
Well, I don't know that's what you...
This is a guy that could sell anything, anywhere, anytime, and he made it fun. And I got a kick out of watching the people and other people watching the people play this game. And we had one of our members, he pulled the $100 chip, and another member pulled the $99.
Did they try to put it back in real quick and say, can I draw again?
Well, they tried to, that's for sure.
But he did it, and he made it fun. And people would groan, but they would pay. And ultimately, they're all making contribution. They're not paying a chip. They're taking a chance to win a prize.
Sure.
But all the money that they're putting in is going towards helping veterans. Because ultimately, that's what we do. We're not raising money to have a party. We are a service post. We help veterans in need. And they don't have to be members of our post. To be a member of our post, they have to be a combat veteran. Whereas other organizations, the Disabled American Veterans, most of those are combat veterans, but they're disabled through combat. The American Legion, I'm a member of the American Legion, so is Larry. We're dual membership. But any veteran, they don't have to be a member of anything. If they got the DD-214 showing they served honorably, we help them. And there's a lot of people here who need help, especially this last summer. So Larry's work on this competition raised a good bit of money that's going to help. I've already told him I've already got it spent. got a Navy vet down here in south of Huntsville who really needs help. And so but it was fun watching Larry make this work.
That's great.
And I hope he's willing to do it again because it is fun watching you at work.
Well, Larry, it's such a great opportunity for the VFW to continue the amazing work. And I know, Larry, you and I haven't had the privilege of chatting before, but Jack knows the story. My dad was post commander down in Georgetown, Texas for many years. So I grew up in the VFW hall. We were joking around earlier. I learned how to play dominoes at the VFW. But most importantly, what I learned as a young person from the VFW is just my dad taught me a lot of morals and respect, and a lot of that stemmed from being around folks at the VFW Post, hearing their stories. As a young person, it was inspiring to me, and I know the work that the VFW does, especially for veterans, giving back and helping through very tough situations. I wanted to give you an opportunity this morning, Larry. I know we're going to announce and have the winner come on here in just a few moments when we take a quick break, but maybe just highlight some of the things that the VFW, Larry, here in Huntsville is doing. I know we've had Jack talk about it before, but just from your perspective, how are things going, and what are some ways that the VFW is continuing to do great work here in Huntsville, Texas?
Well, Rob, that again, I'm just going to give you a little bit about my background is, that I'm recently, about in 2019 that I bought, I bought some property in New Waverly, and at about that time, COVID came along, but I saw, a little poster in the bank in New Waverly, talking about the free veterans breakfast. That's the first Saturday every month at the Hearts Museum. And so I came up for that, and that I met some people, and that's how I got involved up in this area. Was again, I was looking for a place to make new friends and how to do it, and so anyway, that I came up and got involved, started going to the meeting, and I was asked to join the VFW, and I did, and that I've just found it just a good way to be able to go out and help other people and to make good friends here and to become involved in the community. And, that's one of the great things that I like. I know during this past summer that we did, probably about 5 or 6 different air conditioners where veterans, their air conditioner went out. So again, they approached us and that we helped them get the cooling, and we helped with the electrical bills. Again, we built wheelchair ramps. We've taken, some of the older veterans that are older than I am anyway, and again, they whenever the weather went through and they had limbs and et cetera on the roofs. Well, again, that we helped them, get the limbs off and repair their roof and things like that. And again, like Jack said, we'll help any veteran, especially in the Walker or Madison County. And again, I'm sure that if we had a veteran, come in from Montgomery County, that again, we would certainly consider, trying to help them also. That again, and that's the whole thing about it is that we're an organization of veterans helping veterans.
That's good.
And that's what, and that's what I really enjoy about being in the VFW and also being in American Legion and being in the Disabled American Veterans.
Yes, sir. Well, yes, it's the involvement has just been incredible. And Jack, I wanted to give you an opportunity briefly, and then we'll take a break, and Larry will present this award to the raffle award to the winner that's here today. But Jack, Rick and Kaye talk about this all the time, just the veterans in our community and how Huntsville is very focused. When I came to Huntsville, that's the first thing that I noticed, is this is a community that supports veterans. Jack, what have you seen just in your time here about that? Maybe expand on that a little bit. And great work from folks like Tara Burnett that's helping to promote events as well over at Hearts Veterans Museum.
Tara is a treasure in this community. Tara Burnett's executive director of Hearts Veterans Museum. And the museum has become like a focal point for veterans. Like Larry found us through coming to the museum. And I came here from out of state and visited the Conroe VFW and the VFW here and a couple others. But when I saw the museum, it was like, this is a home. I belong here. And by the way, I did want to say one other thing. I forgot to mention it. Larry missed it also, is that we not only help veterans, we're also committed to helping their widows and orphans. We actually have a home, a national home in Eaton Rapids, Michigan, right? Right. Okay. We say a prayer for them every month in Michigan. And also, for example, we had a woman here, a widow in Huntsville this past year. The month her husband died, a part of their house collapsed. And so we weren't just, he was obviously beyond our help, but she's still a widow of a veteran. And we stepped up and helped pay a good part of the bill on that. We actually partnered with the American Legion to help pay a good part of that bill. So, it's not just the veterans, but also the widows and orphans of veterans. Just wanted to mention that. But yeah, it's generally, you hear it all over. Texas does more for veterans than anywhere else. And I'd like to qualify that a bit. It's Texans do more for veterans. Texas is a piece of real estate. It's Texans who do it. And they really do. I came, like I say, from out of state. And we had a good community relationship there. But this is amazing here. And again, the museum is a focal point bringing people together. And so Tara is up there. I get a call from Tara. We got a veteran needs this. She thinks the American Legion helps. She'll pass it to them. She's the clearinghouse for veterans. And like I say, she's a treasure. She's got a speed dial that you would not believe.
Well, Jack, we're so thankful to have you here in our community. You've been doing a great job along with the Post and Larry just doing incredible work and, spreading the news of what the VFW is, what they're doing, and how they're helping veterans, and not just veterans and the widows and the orphans that you talked about, but the community as a whole. So we appreciate both of y'all's leadership, Jack. And looking forward, we'll have you on again sometime, Jack, to give us more updates on what's happening. So,
and we got another raffle winner. We've got to work out his time.
We'll get him too.
Yeah. So we'll be back again soon.
All righty. Well, our winner is here in studio with us. We're going to step aside. We'll take a brief break, and when we come back, Larry has that special presentation. Stay with us. We got more to come here as we continue on. This is your show this morning. It is Good Morning Huntsville, and we'll be right back after this. Stay tuned in here on Hello Huntsville.
Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Have you heard of Google, Amazon, or Wikipedia? Their founders were all Montessori students. Montessori is the only educational method developed by a doctor using the scientific method for what was best for the child. Come check out our award-winning childcare schools at Tomorrow's Promise. Did you know that 90% of brain development happens the first 5 years of life? Early childhood education is the most important time of life. Come find out what makes us different and why we are now adding a third location. Visit tpms.life for more information. Education you can trust.
When you live and work in the town where you were born and raised, lots of people become just like family. I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Over the years, we've shared a lot of good times and some tough times, and I'm honored to be the one you call on in your time of need. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, our goal is to help our neighbors in need and always provide the most outstanding service available, even on those really tough days. I thank you for your trust in us. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we're here for you.
Welcome back, friends. Time now 7:39 a.m. as we continue on here on a Wednesday. Big thanks to everybody for joining us. Continue to Send in those comments across the social media feeds here on a Wednesday. Our show, of course, on Wednesday, brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. They are the educational experts here in our community. We'll have Rick and Kaye Boehning back on with us in just a few moments as we're going to continue Christmas facts this week. But we have a special presentation now, as we had Jack Durish on a few moments ago. Larry's still sitting here to my right. I guess if you're looking on the screen, what is that, to my left? He's to my right, but if you're looking on the screen, to the left. And also now joined by Ruben Arriaga from VFW Post 9182 in Katy. Larry, before you do the presentation, I did want to ask Ruben real quick, just how was the trip coming in and how are things down in Katy, Texas going, my friend?
It was pretty easy. The traffic was pretty light. But I wanted to come up to this area because my daughter's actually considering Sam Houston. So I was like, a better chance to get up here and see, what's going on in this area. Katy's doing well. It's booming, I'm sure, just like everywhere else in Texas right now, but they're throwing up neighborhoods left and right there.
And what is your involvement? I know with the VFW Post there at 9182 in Katy. Maybe mention a little bit about your involvement there, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. I'm the senior vice commander, so I'm like, in practical terms, I'm like the number 2 of the post there. And same thing as what you guys got going on here in Huntsville. We're helping veterans there. We're finding a lot of widows need help that were married to former vets, and I'm just slightly younger than these gentlemen, and so I've been going around and helping. Last week we had a Korea War vet in his 90s. He wanted to prep his house and make sure his generator was working, and so we went over there and started it for him and just checking up on him and see if there's any other issues he had.
Well, wonderful. It's so great to have you here in Huntsville, Texas. I will let Mr. Larry Harris kind of take it away and go over what we're doing here today with Ruben.
All right. Ruben, today that I would like to give you the certificate and the check for the $2,500 raffle trip drawing. And here's the check, and here's the certificate.
Thank you very much.
And then again, that we had Rob, we had this raffle drawing working for several months, and Jack and I were at the District 17 meeting in Navasota a couple of weekends ago, and that's where Ruben bought his chip there. And again, again, we were getting ready to draw it. Have the drawing, like I said, on Pearl Harbor Day, and so again we did, and Ruben was the lucky winner. So Ruben, what kind of a response did Jack get whenever he got on the phone and told you that you were the winner?
I think I got an email actually. Yeah, I got it.
He thought it was
did you call me? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I saw the email, and then every time I do one of these, my wife kind of rolls her eyes at me, and so it was pretty awesome to come it worked this time.
She's not. I was going to say $2,500. She ain't rolling her eyes this morning.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Again, did your wife has she already got it spent, or?
Well, she's the quartermaster for the Post. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's already got it. Yeah, figured out. Yeah.
Okay, she's already got it figured out again. And et cetera, such as that. All right. Well, that's good. One thing I'd like to say, Rob, is
yes, sir,
that while I was out, selling raffle tickets, for our hunt or for the raffle tickets for this $2,500 raffle, that it gives me the opportunity to talk with some of the people, is to find out if they're veterans and to try to get them involved, back in the community also, or get them involved with the Post. And again, like Jack was saying, helping widows. I know a couple of weeks ago, I was over at Benny J's barbecue selling raffle tickets, and one of the ladies that came out, that she said, well, my husband was a veteran, and that he was killed in a hit and run accident a couple of years ago, and so that gave me the opportunity then, to really emphasize to her that, hey, we're here. If you need something, contact us. Let us help you with things that you need. And, so that just gives us the opportunity whenever we're out selling raffle tickets to meet other people and, to get other veterans or find out if they're veterans or find out other, just anybody else that needs help or whatever that, to where we can communicate with them back and forth and try to give them a little lift up.
Yes, sir. Well, again, Mr. Larry Harris, appreciate you being here. I get, my dad always said to say Mr. or Mrs., and sometimes I'll say Mr., and folks correct me, and they say, well, that was my dad, just call me Larry. So that's why I was saying Mr. Larry Harris, until you correct me otherwise. So.
Well, again, you can call me anything just except late for dinner,
All right. Well, you can find out more information about our post here in Huntsville at VFW5871.org. Again, the website, VFW5871.org. We'll have to have you on again sometime as well, Larry. We'd love to have you back.
All right.
So.
And again, if people do go there, that I would recommend that they go to the historical tab and watch some short videos of different historical dates in the United States. And again, they're little short videos, and they give you a different perspective of what everything is what has happened where veterans have been involved.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you guys. Ruben, congratulations again. Appreciate you making the trip here. We hope you love our city, and Huntsville's a great place to be. And you know what? You got to go check out the Cafe Texan this morning, too, just right around the corner. So you can get you a nice breakfast and hang out for a little bit if you got some time.
I was about to ask you that. Yeah.
So that's a good place to go. Well, we'll step aside. We'll take a break. Been a fun morning here seeing this presentation being given. And I know there's another one coming down the road for the gentleman who won the other raffle and for hunting in Dripping Springs, Texas. I had a lot of information thrown through my head this morning. But we'll step aside. We'll take a break. Do want to remind you, we are giving away $20 this morning. All you got to do, text in the keyword winter along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. We'll have a word from more of our sponsors, and Rick and Kaye will be joining me back on the other side as we continue on our Christmas facts. Here, this is your show. It is Good Morning Huntsville.
Here we grow again. Tomorrow's Promise is excited to announce the upcoming addition of our third location to better serve the families of Walker County and surrounding areas. At Tomorrow's Promise, we are more than just childcare. We pride ourselves on partnering with parents and creating a place where every child is respected, loved, and nurtured in the highest quality environment. See what makes us the perfect fit for your child and their needs. Schedule a tour and learn more about Montessori. Contact us today at tpms.life. Third location on Veterans Memorial coming soon. Education you can trust.
Hey friends, Rob Hip here. As a guy, jewelry's not really my thing. I never know what I'm looking for. I feel uncomfortable, and I just don't understand how certain things look good together. But that's why I depend on Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Whenever Bridget and I wanted to get engaged, we said, we need to go to a place to where someone's going to take care of us. They're going to make me feel comfortable as a guy, but they're also going to take care of her needs as well. So I went into Elliot's, and he was so gracious and compassionate with my understanding, and I wanted something that looked a little masculine for my engagement band, and he said, I've got the perfect thing for you. And he found some white hammered gold that was trimmed in 14 karat gold, also put a diamond on that ring to signify my love for Bridget. And as we grow and our family grows, we can put a diamond around the rest of those. So friends, if you're looking for someone that is dedicated to customer service, that understands the needs of people and does what's right all the time, there's nobody better than my friend. It's Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hey friends, Rob Hip here. As a guy, jewelry's not really my thing. I never know what I'm looking for. I feel uncomfortable, and I just don't understand how certain things look good together. But that's why I depend on Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Whenever Bridget and I wanted to get engaged, we said, we need to go to a place to where someone's going to take care of us. They're going to make me feel comfortable as a guy, but they're also going to take care of her needs as well. So I went into Elliot's, and he was so gracious and compassionate with my understanding, and I wanted something that looked a little masculine for my engagement band, and he said, I've got the perfect thing for you. And he found some white hammered gold that was trimmed in 14 karat gold, also put a diamond on that ring to signify my love for Bridget, and as we grow and our family grows, we can put a diamond around the rest of those. So friends, if you're looking for someone that is dedicated to customer service, that understands the needs of people and does what's right all the time, there's nobody better than my friend. It's Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com. Rick, I'm so thankful to have you as a friend. Do you know that? I just wanted to tell you I'm thankful for you.
Rob, I'm glad that you do have me for a friend.
You think
Y'all both need someone.
I 1,000 truthfully% mean that, Rick. I
I'm
really
glad to
do.
hear it.
Because there's things, every great once in a while, I haven't had this kind of, I was going to say, hold on, I'm turning one of y'all down instead of me up. Hold on, let me crank me down. And I haven't had a friend in a long time. Well, I've had a friend. I don't want to say I haven't had a friend.
I had one once.
But I haven't had a friend in a very long time where I could just hooroi and cut up with the way that you and I do, and we both think it's funny and nobody else does.
Yeah, well, my wife especially.
Yes. So see, thank you for that, Rick. I appreciate that, Rick.
Well, I've got that fourth grade sense of humor.
Well, I'm going to be honest. When we left, we were gone up there in Fargo. I was thankful, but I never developed the kind of, because we just didn't have time. We were so busy working. I never had the chance to develop the friendships that we've made here in Huntsville, and we missed that so much.
Well, there's probably a lot of time you spent shivering too.
Yeah, that was why we were shivering. There's no, you got to be friends with your family up there because you don't go outside. And how many know if you spend time with the family sometimes, anyways, we'll just leave it at that. It's a positive
practically
show.
Family.
We are. La familia. We're la familia. Is what we say.
I don't speak Spanish.
What's the family? It's the family. I probably said it wrong. Kaye, welcome back in. How you doing, Kaye? Kaye's like, what's going on?
We were having a little interaction.
Yeah.
And you've still got my brisket, by the way.
I do. Hey, I was thinking last night I need to get that over to you because I'm tempted to eat it, and I need to get that to you. Thank you for buying us one. But it was so great of you to do that, Rick.
I figured you needed one.
We did, and you heard my story about how I tried to cook it. Right? I didn't know what I was doing, but I learned, and it was great. So I'll bring that to you today. How about that? Are you gonna be?
I don't know when I'll be home.
Okay. Well, text me and I'll bring it to you. It's just
We should be home this evening.
It's Thursday. We have trivia.
No, today is Wednesday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We'll be home.
Where do y'all do trivia on Thursdays?
H Bistro started a trivia, and we have a Christmas party tomorrow, so we won't be at trivia tomorrow.
Evidently, we're going to a Christmas party.
Hey, whatever. It's
WSRC's Christmas party.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't.
WCRC.
We may not be there because we'll try. We'll figure it out. Anyways, we're back. Here we go. A lot of fun. Tomorrow's promise.
Now that we're done with that.
Now that we're done with that one down there. Welcome back in as we welcome you in. A lot of folks have sent us messages today. We'll get to those as we continue on. And then Kaye's going to have some wonderful Christmas facts. She's done such a good job putting this together for us and for y'all as the audience. Steph Valley over at Magnolia Kennel saying good morning. Good morning to you, Steph. Also want to acknowledge Jennifer Augustinetti. It's a wonderful Wednesday. We always love Jennifer's comments coming in saying y'all have a blessed day. I like what she said, too. Find a Bible study to attend this evening. And she goes to church over at Northside. So great to hear from you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. We always love hearing from you. Trisha Powell saying hi. Pop's Woodshop. I love that one. I just want to hear a song, like a country song. Scott, if we can get a country artist, maybe Cody Johnson will come in back to his hometown. And he'll write a song about, well, when I was a kid at Pop's Woodshop. And it would go, and he wouldn't do that because he's a professional.
Yeah.
So. Never mind.
He'd
Sorry,
also
Scott.
be on key.
I will not write music for you, Scott, so don't worry about it. My sweetheart Bridget joining this morning saying good morning. Tara Burnett, good morning, everyone.
Rob, how come Bridget's never on here?
Yeah, Bridget, when are you going to? She's never been on the show.
Bridget needs to be on here.
I've had Braylon on the show. I've had Caden. I've had Mac, our golden retriever, on the show back in the day. Bridget, it's time, sweetheart. We'll get you on one of these mornings. But Tara Burnett joining us. The grandmother of Georgetown, our friend Carolyn Gibson, saying good morning, friends. My buddy Craig Turner grew up with Craig, and he said morning from the G. From that G. That's from the Georgetown. That G. Eli is joining us this morning. Or no, I'm sorry, not Eli. L, I don't know the name there, but saying good morning, looking great. Appreciate that message. And Craig was saying earlier, he was talking about my dad. He said, I learned pool at the VFW with your pops. My dad taught Craig how to play pool at the VFW hall.
Cool.
So see, you learn dominoes, you learn pool. Probably a lot
Maybe
of
life skills.
A lot of life skills, a lot of jokes that you can't repeat.
Yeah.
Also.
I figured that.
Russell Humphrey saying good morning and let's go Huntsville. And Elle was also saying thankful for Tara and all you do. Thank you to all our veterans. So we appreciate that. Absolutely. And a new viewer that started, I believe yesterday, Kaye, is Richard Linda Hodges Horn. They had said we found out about the show from the Pearl Harbor dinner the other night. Tara had said something about it, and that's how they found out the show, and they have been watching, and they're saying good morning, have an amazing day.
Good.
So, all right, Kaye, take it away. I'm gonna zip it up. It's your show. Here we go. What do you got? I'm just kidding.
That's kind of scary.
What do you got for us today, Kaye?
So, you know how languages gets translated into English?
Mm-hmm.
And English has several words that have several different meanings. And so the first one is the Bible our Bible translations have that Jesus was a carpenter and that Joseph was a carpenter. Well, the original word is tekton, and that means builder or craftsman. And so when they were doing the King James Bible in England, they have more wood than they do in Jerusalem, in Israel. And it got translated into carpenter. But it's more likely that it should be translated into stonemason, because in Israel there's more stone than there is wood. So you would build your house out of stone, and you might be able to find a little bit of wood, stuff like that, to make the roof. So it's more likely that he's a stonemason or a craftsman. He would have also worked a little bit with carpentry and maybe some metal. But this also explains why Jesus talked a lot about stone. You built your house on a rock, foundations, the church of the rock, building stone towers, millstone around the neck, stones instead of bread. Not one stone will be left upon each other on the temple when it's destroyed. The stones will be crying out. And so we need to understand what the Bible actually says, not what tradition teaches us. So the typical manger scene of showing the stable with the wood and things like that is not probably where Jesus was born. He was probably born in a cave in a stone crib, which is where they would put the sheep when they examined them. So that's just one word that's been translated differently. Another word.
Well, then I didn't want to cut you off, but you have to wonder, like, where did that start with the wooden, manger and all that? Because, everyone has it, but that's such a good thing that you pointed out, because where did that start from? Who came up with that?
Well, because in England, when they looked at tekton in England and said builder, craftsman, everybody's carpenters. You didn't have a lot of stonemasons in England. So when you get the King James Bible, craftsman would be woodworker. I mean, we think of a craftsman, we think of a woodworker, we think of a carpenter.
I think of Pop Pop's wood shop.
Yeah, we don't think of a stonemason. I mean, we're not building our houses usually out of stone here. We're laying concrete and putting wood up.
Yeah, and it depends on what builder you're using. Maybe very cheaply made too, and huff and puff, and it'll blow down every time a storm blows through Huntsville, right, Rick? Yeah.
What are you trying to say, Rob?
Cardboard walls, like our house, we shut the door and the wall shakes for like 5 minutes. So,
wow.
Anyways.
But there's another passage, Isaiah 7:14, and it says, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel." Well, the original Hebrew, the original word in that verse was Alma, which means a Hebrew woman of young age, not necessarily a virgin. And so that word then means a young woman. But when Matthew turns around and says born of a virgin, he uses the other word, which is Parthenos, or Bethla. Bethla is the Hebrew word, and Parthenos is the Aramaic word. And these were used by Matthew, and those mean virgin, having never been with a man. And so in Isaiah, it's prophesied that there will be a young woman, but it had a double meaning because there was, I can't remember exactly the story, but the kingdom was fighting with another kingdom. And they were supposed to take a young woman to marry a young woman. And so that's why that verse is talking about a young woman. But then Matthew reaffirms and uses a different word to say it's going to be a virgin for Mary's birth, or for Jesus' birth. And so some people also talk about the differences in the genealogies between Matthew and Luke. And so the lineage of Mary is in Matthew, and it's traced through Luke traces the genealogy through Mary.
Well, I know when you're reading the Bible and you go through some of those in the early, it's this whole long chapter of begot, Rick begot this, and begot Rick, and Rick this, and Rick that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've never seen my name in there except for
Mary's
Richard.
lineage that's recorded by Luke does not mention Mary, but that's to be expected. Including women's names and genealogies was not a standard practice. It begins in this way. Jesus was the son, so it was thought, of Joseph, the son of Eli. This comment affirms the truth of Jesus' virgin birth. Joseph was a son of Eli by virtue of his marriage to Mary, who would have been the daughter of Eli. In Matthew, Joseph is listed as biological father of Jacob. So some notable points in Mary's lineage are that she was descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. She was specifically of the tribe of Judah. She was also a descendant of Boaz and David. Significantly, Luke traces Mary's lineages all the way back to Adam.
Wow.
And this fits with Luke's purpose as he wrote to the Gentiles and emphasized that Jesus was the Son of God who came to save all people.
You know, I joke around a lot, but I'm being serious about this. When you think of a website like Ancestry.com, you know, there's so much genealogy there, Kaye. Mm-hmm. Like one day, will they ever be able to, like, you know, how cool would it be? I just envision this one day. We'll know when we get to heaven. But how cool would it be if you could go to Ancestry.com. They don't pay us to sponsor, by the way. They should, for me talking about them. But what if you could just click on Adam and Eve, and then all of a sudden, wouldn't that be amazing to see everything one day when we get to heaven?
That's a lot of people. I think if you go back like 10 generations, you've got 2,000 ancestors.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my uncle has went back to about the 1500s, and he's got 13 3-inch binders full of the trees and things like that, of going all the way back and going from my grandparents to my great-grandparents, and, you know, going all the way up just on my dad's side of the family.
But you talked about, what was it a while ago? You said whose lineage that was traced all the way back to Adam and Eve? Who was that? Mary. Wow. Did not realize that.
So that Mary's lineage, because Jesus was born of Mary, and there's proof, absolute proof, that he came from Mary, that goes all the way back to Adam. So that he's the Savior of all people. Another issue with Mary's lineage is her relationship to Elizabeth, who was the mother of John the Baptist. Luke says that Mary was related to Elizabeth, who was in the tribe of Levi. An argument sometimes is put forth by those who deny the credentials of Christ is that if Mary was Elizabeth's cousin, then Mary also had to be a Levite. Well, but that's not true. Mary could be a cousin, or a close relation is another word that translates. Even if Mary and Elizabeth were relatives, it's still possible for them to be from different tribes, as women were identified with their father's tribe, not their mother's tribe. Elizabeth's father was a Levite, making her a Levite by birth, but her mother may have been of Judah. Or Mary's mother may have been a Levite and kin to Elizabeth's family, while Mary's father was from Judah.
You know, one point real quick, Kaye, and I didn't want to cut you off. I was just thinking while you were chatting here that you were mentioning about how the women were identified by their father's tribe, and I wonder if any of that translates over into, and this is, I don't want to go way off topic, but why when a woman marries a man, she takes the man's last name. Maybe some of this can relate to that.
Yeah, women were not were viewed back in that time more as property. And so you left your father's house and you went to your husband's house, and you never usually saw your relatives again.
Wow. God, if I did that to Bridget, we wouldn't be together. She's got about 100 relatives. So love you, sweetheart. Yeah.
So in addition, the angel Gabriel affirmed Jesus' Judean lineage, telling Mary that he will be very great and he will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord God will give him the throne of his ancestor David. And David was the tribe of Judah. And so, regardless of Mary's-specific lineage, that Jesus is the descendant of David and Judah is beyond doubt. So, other Bible verses also point to the fact of Judah being the tribe of Jesus' heritage as the rightful Messiah and the Savior of all. So the interesting thing about her being a cousin to Elizabeth and Levite is that it's believed that Elizabeth's husband, and I forgot his name, that he served in the temple the week before Mary's visit. And when they were done serving in the temple, they had to rip the garments up. And those garments were used to wrap the sheep for the Passover lambs and the sacrificial lambs. And so they were in that city, and those garments would be used for those lambs. So she gave those garments to Mary to wrap Jesus in.
Wow. Well, there's so much history, and Kaye, I definitely want you to continue. This is going to end up being a 3-part. Seriously, I love the information because there's some eye-opening things, but maybe go through, a little bit more here as we continue on, because you've done such great work putting this together. So kind of continue on with more about this story from Mary and some of her lineages you're reading on.
Okay, so in the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent an angel, Gabriel, to Nazareth, a village in Galilee, to the virgin named Mary. These words are familiar for most of us of what we call the Christmas story. Gabriel brought to Mary the news that she had found favor with God, and she would give birth to a son to reign forever on David's throne. In passages that weave together like tapestry, we discover that God had reasons for choosing the times, places, and people involved in his redemption plan. And he has made known to us that the mystery of his will, according to his good pleasure, which he purposed in Christ, as a plan for the fullness of time to bring all things in heaven on earth together in Christ. In him we were also chosen as God's own, having been predestined according to the plan of him who works out everything by the counsel of his will. So Mary was in the right lineage. Luke traces the Mary's lineage back to David. Her son would have been qualified to bear the title the Son of David and be righteous, and the branch was to come from David's family. Mary was engaged to a man whose heritage would require him to visit Bethlehem at just the right time. And that's Micah 5:2 foretold the birthplace of the Messiah, pinpointing Bethlehem in Judah. Many virgins may have known God's favor and may have descended from King David's line, but not many would have also been in this small town of Bethlehem when it was time for the Messiah to be born. So that had some planning. Mary was a virgin. It is critical that the mother of the Messiah be a virgin in order to fulfill the prophecy as Isaiah 7:14.
The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and will call him Emmanuel, which also means Jesus. Matthew reminded his readers of that prophecy, which was crucial to verifying Jesus' identity. She could not be married, or the world would have assumed Jesus had an earthly father. She could not have had a bad reputation. No one would believe her story about a virgin birth, and not even her own family. The virgin birth, in bypassing a human father, circumvented the transmission of the sin nature and allowed the Messiah to be born a sinless man.
Wow.
And Mary was from Nazareth. Prophecies given hundreds of years before Jesus' birth declared that the Messiah would be of little reputation. To be called a Nazarene or a Galilean was something of an insult in those days. And had Mary been wealthy, socially prestigious, or from an affluent city, Jesus could not have identified and connected so easily with lowly people, the ones he'd come to save.
Yeah.
But because he was from Nazareth, Mary's hometown, the humility and commonness prophesied about him was to be fulfilled. God may have had more reasons for choosing Mary of Nazareth, but we will have to wait until we get to heaven to find out what they were.
We're going to have to wait, Rick. Sorry.
Yeah, Mary was just...
I've got a lot of questions when we get there.
Mary was just a person God used for his purposes. Because of certain misunderstandings about Mary, it's important to note that she was not chosen because she was more holy than other people. The angels addressed to her as highly favored and blessed is a reference to the uniqueness of her pending task, not to any level of virtuousness that she had attained. Mary was surely a godly woman, but that's not the point. Gabriel's emphasis was on her privilege, not her piety. She had found favor with God, but that says more about God's goodness than Mary's. She was the recipient of God's grace, his undeserved favor. And Mary...
All of us should try to find favor with God.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mary gives us an example of total devotion to God in her answer to the angel Gabriel. I am the Lord's servant. May it be unto me as you have said. May we have the wisdom and grace to understand God's call, whatever it is, in the way Mary did.
Wow. Boy, it's so eye-opening, to hear about just the lineage and why Mary was chosen and all of these things. And also I think the one thing too, Kaye, that you had mentioned too about why did Mary have to be a virgin, why that was so important. And I just love that you've put all this together. It's so eye-opening. And I know a lot of folks last week were, including myself, were just thinking after this, there's a lot of things that we didn't learn. And maybe next week, can we continue this on, Kaye? Are you okay with continuing it on next week?
She's got a few notes.
Yeah. Well, let's continue this on next week. And
I have about Joseph's lineage and why it's important.
Yeah, I think that'd be good too. And I love the section. I want to hear more about this. We're just running out of time here today. But what does it mean that Jesus is the son of David? I think we've all heard that. So maybe we can kind of talk about that too and learn a little bit more about Joseph next week. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
So we'll keep it on. Thank you for putting this together. Seriously,
well, a lot of internet research and some of this is straight out of, copied. It's plagiarism because I don't know where I got all of it from, but I just copied things and pasted it together.
No, but you think about when Christmas comes around and, you get wrapped up in this excitement of the season and you don't want to forget the reason of the season. Especially,
my shirt.
Yeah, your shirt. Jesus is both of y'all shirts. Rick came in first this morning. I was like, is Kaye wearing the shirt? He goes, oh, yeah. I said, good, because if not... If you guys ever show up and you're wearing opposite shirts, I'm going to ask you to leave or go find something to wear because it just won't be, there's something going on, okay? We can't allow anything to be going on, okay? We don't need any questions on this show. So I'm glad that y'all both have the same shirt.
Yeah, you know who started it, right?
Rick?
Yeah.
Only because you tapped his leg whenever you said that, so that's how I knew that. How did it start, Rick? How did this same shirt start?
Oh, I was at Walmart. I saw these shirts that I thought were interesting. Let's go home and annoy the children. Children grew up and moved out, so now we annoy the world.
There you go. And
it worked annoying the children, so then it was game on. Everything we bought after that was matching. It was right after we got married.
See, the good news is after you get to know somebody for a while, you can kind of annoy them a little bit. And there's something that I do every Wednesday that folks don't know about that just annoys Kaye like crazy. And it's turned into an ongoing joke that the first 2 times I forgot. Now I haven't forgot. I just do it to annoy her. So Kaye will put on her headset before we go on, and she moves it off the ear a little bit so she can hear what we're talking about. Well, I always reach over and I readjust her microphone. That way when she puts it back on, the microphone's right up in her face.
No, it's in my mouth.
It's in her mouth.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's just it's okay. Now, if it was like the first episode, wouldn't get away with it. But now that we're 170 whatever of these things into it, and you guys have been on, divide that by 5. That's how many y'all have been on. You can get away with a few things, right, Kaye?
You always do. They're kind of like Rick.
Yeah.
He's
What
always
do I
getting
get away with? What do I get away with?
What don't you get away with?
I have the very heart and soul of sweet reasonableness.
It's the only time you paid attention in church when the pastor said that one time.
Rick's the heart and soul of this program, too, by the way. So, well, let's head over to our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. We got a winner today, $20.
Oh, is it me?
I don't know. This person may be at work. I think they work right now, so I don't think they can win. We'll see. They may get in trouble for answering.
Is that you?
This is why I call people at 8:15 instead of 7:55, because I know they're working. They can't answer.
Wow, rude.
Your call. Yeah, she's working. Sorry.
Who did you call?
It was someone by the name of Jennifer who watches the show religiously. Sorry, this person just won. This person just won. We just called her. She didn't answer. Man, this one. Okay, I don't know if I hope this person didn't win yesterday.
So how often when you say they just won, is it like once a week, or like they won yesterday and they won again?
Usually here's the thing. I tell people that they can win once a week or so, but sometimes if they've won like 4 times, then I am a little more, But I'm trying to remember, because we had a winner yesterday.
I'm just saying, if you come up and it's the Cafe Texan and I win on that, I don't care how often I've won. I should get to go there.
You should, yes, you should. All right, well, let's
I was
head over.
considering going there now and just making you go to work.
Let's see where this one goes.
That's not nice.
I know.
I have a meeting.
Too ringy dingy.
See, people are getting these numbers and they have no idea.
Hello?
Yeah, who is this?
It's Craig.
Craig who?
Turner.
What's up, Craig? Congratulations, dude. You're our winner today, man.
What the hell?
This is my old buddy back in Georgetown that won. It's our family friend. Did you know it was me, Craig, or what?
I thought it was, but I wasn't too sure.
Well,
what
are you
I'm on the way taking Benny to school right now.
Well, tell little Benny hello, man. So how are you doing, brother? Good to hear from you. You doing all right?
Good, man. Congratulations on your big day coming up.
Yeah, we're excited. All good things happening. So, well, man, I'm gonna send you $20 today on your Venmo or Cash App. How does that sound, man? Do you got Venmo or Cash App?
Oh.
Do you have that Venmo or Cash App?
Yeah, I got Venmo. Is that what I got both? So whatever Venmo works.
Okay, well, we'll send it over to you, man. Well, hey, we miss you, and next time we're in Georgetown, we're gonna have to come see you and let the baby see you. How does that sound?
That's great, bud. Congratulations on everything.
All right, brother. Well, hey, we love you. Congratulations, man.
All right, thanks, bro.
All right, bye-bye.
What did I win?
$20. I'm sending it to you.
All right, sweet. Yeah, sweet. Sounds good.
All right, talk to you later.
Later.
Send him 2 cents on Venmo.
Yeah.
Wow, rude.
0.02.
Well, he gave him his 2 cents worth.
Yeah. So congratulations, Craig won $20 today. How about that? So, all right, there we go. We had a lot of text messages coming in this week as well, so we appreciate it. Yesterday we had a first time. Doggone it, I can't remember yesterday.
That's that long-term memory stuff.
It's not good. But we still have the shirt and the tumbler that I've got to make sure that they come pick up that they won yesterday. So, all right, it's been a fun one. I feel scatterbrained right now because
I feel okay.
Got a million
you
things.
You want to feel?
Yeah.
I feel okay.
Oh, you're cold, man.
Well, I give all my warmth to my wife.
No, it just sucks out of you. So when you hold her hand, you're all and then all of a sudden you deflate. I don't
Pretty
know.
much.
I don't know if that's like a. I don't know if that's something that's nice to say or not.
It's not.
Kind of sounds like Kaye sucks the warmth out of you.
Usually he's like, I'm a little heater, and he.
Yeah.
Oh,
Last
man.
night she was cold. My goodness.
Well, Tara Burnett did chime in before we leave this morning. She said, I love what Kaye is teaching us. Same here, Kaye. Tara, she said, we can all use a lesson on God, Jesus, and the true meaning of Christmas. And
Amen.
I 100% agree. So, anyways, good things happening. Craig mentioned big day. We put in some things that we're doing in the background here to get ready for some exciting things happening on Hello Huntsville. And so we're hoping that big day comes around soon. So just keep us in your prayers. We got some really exciting things on the horizon here, and we're excited to announce those soon. So we're just staying busy, staying focused on this community. We're not going anywhere. Don't worry. Bridget and I aren't moving. We didn't get a job anywhere else. Bridget got a new job coming up in January, but it's here. But we're staying focused on all the good things happening here in Huntsville. Someone the other day, I was talking to a broadcaster, and he goes, well, if an opportunity at blah, blah, blah came up, would you consider it? And immediately I said no. And it could have been a lucrative opportunity, but I said, we're loving being here in Huntsville, and we have so much work to do in this community to continue to lift each other up. And God's called us here, and I was thinking, my goodness, if Bridget and I are blessed to the point to where we have 2 or 3 more kids down there, I got to hurry though. I'm 39, but she's 6 below me, so she's got time. But I'm, for me at like 39, Kaye, I think I'm, maybe 2 or 3 more kids into it, and that's it for me. We want to have 4 or 5.
There's all these men that have children in their 60s and 70s.
Yeah, but they got energy. I don't. They're doing something I'm not because I don't have energy. But 4 or 5, I wouldn't mind that. And I was thinking, man, if we had like 5 children, would we have to move? I don't want to move. I love where we live.
I do too.
So I guess we'll just
You're very close.
We'll put a tent outside. Bridget and I'll sleep in the tent, and the kids will have the house.
I'm getting older. Maybe we could rent out a room.
Yeah, we'll do that. Connect can we please get a piece of yarn and 2 cups, solo plastic cups, and we can talk to each
I
other?
get to see this little bridge between our house and your house goes across the street.
It's a little skyway.
Yeah, because the neighbor has the fence back there, but he left a part of it for y'all to walk through.
That was awfully. I'm not sure why he put that fence up just in that one.
It's just a random. I haven't seen it. It's just a random.
Just a section of fence, maybe 25 feet long.
Back. Yeah.
But there's no sides on it.
Well, at the time, I didn't have any shades in my windows, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, I used to walk around in that unicorn pajamas, and people were like, what is that going on in there?
I saw Clay actually put pants on this morning, so that's good.
Okay, good. Yeah, dinosaurs moving, so.
I got a dinosaur onesie, so now I'm ready for next time Clay goes out there.
All right, Clay, you heard it first here on Good Morning Huntsville.
No, he knew already. I've been talking to him.
Well, friends, a lot going on this morning. We appreciate Kaye, Rick Boehning for being here from Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. They are the expert. I say it like this. I mean, it's the truth. You guys are the educational experts. Kaye, if I would have never met you, I'm so thankful for the folks that God puts in our lives for a reason. And there is a reason that you meet every single person. There's a reason that you cross paths with somebody once in life. And I think it's just to lift them up and to encourage them, because that seed that you plant, you never know where it's going to go. But I'm so thankful that I have met you and Rick, because Kaye, especially you, have taught me the importance of 0 to 5. And I think about that every day. And I think about my little daughter. And I talk about her a lot because she's precious. I love her. Mm-hmm. She's my child. We all love our children. But I'm so thankful because the things that you've taught me, I take those with me every evening, especially when I read to her at night. And that has become a habit that we do it, but it's a necessary habit that we absolutely love. And that's my favorite time of the day with my family. Once I love being around Bridget and Caden and my daughter, but one of my most special favorite times is right there at night when I get to read to Braylon. And soon, as Caden gets older too, I'm starting to read to him, of course, but he'll be able to do the same thing that she's doing, where he's going to be able to follow me and ask questions. And that's one of my most favorite times of the day.
Actually, there's going to be times when she'll read to him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And see, that'll be great. I'll just hand it off. And then I'm going back to not knowing books anymore like I used to. So Kaye's getting so mad at me right now. It's like, you always know books.
Books are your friend.
Yeah. So we appreciate Kaye and all that she does. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, they are here in Huntsville. They are the educational experts. It's not just never ever refer to Tomorrow's Promise as a daycare, because it's not. It's a child education center. And it is a place that your children are going to grow, they're going to learn. Most importantly, they're going to be set up for success in life as they transition and move on and gain their adulthood one day. All of these foundational things that Kaye teaches is so important.
Yeah, I mean, you take your dog to doggy daycare and you take your grandma to adult daycare, and you're not expecting them to learn anything. You just want them to come home safe and alive. So when you refer to, I'm taking my child to daycare, is that what you want for your child, just to come home alive? Or would you like them to come home safe, alive, and having learned something?
Yeah.
And so,
I don't mean to laugh, but I'm sitting there thinking like I dropped my... Now, this would never happen at Magnolia Kennel because we just had our good friend on yesterday, Steph Valley, and Magnolia's doing a great job. So I wouldn't worry about it there. But I was thinking as you said this, like, I'm dropping my pet off at a facility, and I'm like, please, Lord, let him live. Please, Lord, let him live. Don't have to worry about that at Magnolia Kennel, by the way. They're going to live and live abundantly.
but, you don't expect them to come home and learn now know how to sit.
Yeah.
Or go fetch something or whatever. You don't expect
I'm
grandma
still
to
working on that.
to know something new. They're just being taken care of.
Yeah.
And I mean that's what you're paying for and that's what you want. But I don't think that's what people want for their children, or at least I hope not.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm trying to be, because this is very serious what you're talking about, but Rick and I'm trying to not look at him.
All right.
because Rick is sitting here talking about, I'm still trying to learn that sit, fetch.
I'm working on it.
Oh,
Okay?
goodness. All right, friends. Well, that'll wrap it up. I want to thank you so much for being a part of the show. Big thank you to Kaye and Rick. We would not be here without them and their generous support, helping us lay the foundation. Please visit our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com. You can find more inspiring stories about what's happening in our community. And we featured several things here over the past few days. A former athlete at Huntsville High School who's doing big things at the University of Texas. An employee at HISD who won a coveted award. All of those stories and more, you can find them at hellohuntsvilletx.com. That'll wrap it up here on a Wednesday, as we will be back at it tomorrow with our friends from the Color Bar. We're excited. Still got days to go, and I love Wednesdays because that just means there's 2 more days that we get to do this show before the weekend hits. So I love doing it, love being able to talk to you, and wouldn't be able to do it again without Tomorrow's Promise. You can find out more information about what they do at tpms.life. Friends, as I end every show, I want to remind you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We truly do need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support, Huntsville. Somebody out there needs you. Until next time, good morning, and God bless. We'll see you later.
Good morning.
Adios, guys.